everybody. Welcome back to the Tipsy Ghosts. We're your tipsy hosts, Sarah, and Lindsey.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hi. How is everyone?
Good.
Long time no see. Anything neat going on?
I don't got nothing.
You don't got nothing.
I don't got nothing. There's North Carolina coming out at me right there.
Wow.
That double negative. I'm so sorry. At least I didn't say ain't.
What are we talking about tonight?
Paranormal investigation.
Ooh,
Did
an
you like
original.
I had to change it up.
It was like a 90s special. Like a 90s news special. Yeah.
Like it was surprising, kind of caught us off guard.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah, but like kind of soothing in an odd way. It was like, it was well
Something
done.
uplifting for something creepy.
Some sound engineer was sitting in his basement really working hard on that one. That's what it sounded like.
Did you think about it on the way over?
No.
Dang it.
That was totally just spur of the moment.
You did a good job.
You couldn't tell when I decided to go up high at the end. I did not practice.
Yeah, it was a little like a peak valley peak.
Yes, it was a little like, should I do it? I should do it.
You went for it.
Thank you.
We went to a
Yeah.
place.
We
A
went
place
to a
that was
place.
haunted.
We did go to a place that was haunted in Kansas.
In Kansas.
Yes.
We are beating around the bush here.
That bush is called Hotel Josephine.
It's a Josephine bush.
It's a bush that looks like a hotel.
Hotel
Old hotel.
Bushycats.
Bushycine. Yeah, Hotel Bushycine. Okay.
Oh, I don't want to go stay at a hotel called Hotel Bushycats.
Joseph Bush.
Oh,
Josephine Bush. That's worse.
come on, we need some puns. Where you at? Punny.
I'll work on it. I'll get
Okay,
back to you.
All right, thank you.
Where is Hotel Josephine?
It is just off the town square in Holton, Kansas, which is, I did not know, about 28 miles north of Topeka. It was built in 1889 by A.D. Walker, and it was named after Walker's daughter. Guess what her name was?
Was it Joseph Bush?
Josephine.
Bushycine.
Josie.
Oh, okay.
Josephine.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you for
She
clearing
was
that up.
born just 4 months before it opened.
Baby Josephine. She sounds sweet.
Baby Josie.
Baby Josie.
She's sweet. I'm a big fan. She graduated in high school in 1908 and then went to KU. So, great choice.
Oh my God.
I think Josie and the Pussycats.
I think that's where it came from. Yeah.
Josie and the Bushycats.
There it is.
Because they have bushy tails. There it is.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know why my brain is the way that it is.
Oh my God. Josie and the Bushycats. Lindsay's the lead singer.
I
Oh,
hate myself so much.
You said it. You're
I
never
know,
living that one
I
down.
know.
Lindsay and the Bushycats.
Lindsey and the Bushycats.
Thanks, I hate it.
Now that's a group I would travel to see.
Let us know your tour dates.
You travel to come see my Bushycat?
Well, when you put it that way.
No. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
True friend. Hold up. First off, if I have like a touring singing group, are you guys not in my group with me?
I'll do like the drum or like tambourine, maybe in the corner.
triangle?
Yes, in the corner. I'll do the triangle.
I'll do
Backup
something.
dancer.
Yeah,
Backup
yeah.
dancer right
Absolutely. I'll have a bushy tail. God.
Little cat
Yes.
ears.
Oh, it sounds horrifying. How did we get here?
I think we should stick to podcasting and ghost hunting instead.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, let's go back to Baby Josephine. She was innocent. I don't know how that
I'm
happened.
sorry, Josephine.
Baby Joe.
We graduated high school in
There we are.
1908.
Okay.
Went to KU.
Yes, yeah.
That was a
Okay.
great choice. Her high school graduation photo is hanging above the antique piano in the front parlor.
I didn't even look.
The hotel was the longest running hotel west of the Mississippi, staying open until 2010 when there were some tax issues because America.
That's true.
I feel like that's open pretty late, 2010.
I mean, 102 years. No.
You're so good at math. I don't even know.
I went from the time she graduated high school.
1889
Not for-
1889.
to 2010.
I can't do that math, okay? It's more than 100 years.
Work on it, let me know.
Thank you, okay.
It's more than 100 years.
Oh, that's how they market it. It's more than 100 years old.
Yes.
Okay.
It was reopened in 2011 by new owners, and then in 2020, the current owners, the Foxes, bought it.
113 years.
Okay, that sounds right.
Because we were born
Were
in
we
89.
13 in 89 or in 2010?
Oh, I thought you said 2002. My bad.
We are really good at this.
119 years. Because 89.
89
Oh
to
my
99 to 09 plus 1.
121 years. That makes sense because, yes, I'm here.
Yeah, that.
Listen.
I just like how you were so confident. I was too.
Well, first I
went
thought you
from-
said 2002, so that's why I said 103. And then...
Apparently we aren't excellent listeners.
Yeah. 2010 sounds like 2002.
I don't know.
22.
I'm still on the Bushycats.
So the Foxes own it now.
Right.
The
got it.
Fox.
Foxes.
Foxes. It's a
The-
family.
The Fox family.
Fox family.
What's a group of foxes called?
Fixes. Fixies.
I feel like it's something weird because I have heard this before.
Are you saying I'm wrong?
Yes, it's definitely not Feeks.
It's called a skulk.
A skulk.
So close. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so
The Foxes.
the skulk has done a lot of work so far.
Yes, they
And
have.
they are in hopes to keep updating even more. Over the years, several famous guests have stayed at the hotel, including Grover Cleveland, the 22nd President of the United States. He stayed there between his 2 terms. Carrie Nation, which is a first name and a last name. Admittedly, I had no idea who Carrie Nation was, so I just thought it was like one word that people were saying. And
Right.
basically, she was an American temperance advocate. I also didn't know what the temperance movement
No.
was. So just in case there's others like me, here's just a quick down and dirty. The American temperance movement was a pre-prohibition social movement against the consumption of alcohol.
Oh, no.
Carrie Nation, we would
She
not
was
get
a
along.
fun ruiner.
Carrie was way into the cause. She loved it. She involved herself in several anti-alcohol activities and would go to bars with an axe and smash everything.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Carrie.
Carrie.
Yep.
Listen, that is not a nation
Carrie
I want to be
was
part of.
The early age Karen is what was happening.
Carrie was. She was a Karen and a Susan all rolled
That's
into
right.
one.
Damn
Sorry
it.
to all Karens and Susans out there.
Well, true, but she sounds like a real fun ruiner.
I think she was. All that to say, if you're interested, go to the hotel and you can see her axe that she used to...
I don't remember seeing
Not
that.
to murder people. But
No. It does sound misleading, but no.
Her anti-alcohol axe.
We were in her room. Was the axe in her room?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, I didn't know anything about her until I looked it up.
Okay.
Interesting.
In the moment, I thought like Carrie Nation was a town, a group of
I
people.
thought it was a group of people.
It's a group of Carries. What is a group of Carries called? Carrie Nation.
Obviously.
You can only join if you're Carrie, obviously. Damn it.
Get out of here.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Carrie Nation. Got it.
Here we are.
Thank you.
The next guest is Robert Louis Stevenson, a Scottish novelist who wrote
You want me to say?
Lord of the Rings. Did I get it right?
Swiss Family Robinson. Treasure Island.
Treasure Island,
Yep.
Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde,
Ah, yep.
and
my next
Kidnapped.
guess.
I don't know.
No, I don't know that one.
Okay.
I'm sure it's great.
I knew Treasure Island.
What's my next guess?
Yeah, you almost had it. Next is Charles Curtis, the 31st Vice President to Herbert Hoover, also known as...
Cleaver
Chucky.
Cleave.
Oh, Chucky Cleave or whatever he called him.
Cleaver Cleave.
Cleaver Cleave the third.
So the rooms are all... They're named mostly by the famous people that stayed there.
Yes.
And we got to stay in the Charles Curtis room. None of us could remember the name Charles Curtis.
We just knew it was 2 C's, and so we were like, we got it confused with Grover Cleveland.
Yes.
So we said it's his brother, Cleaver Cleave.
The third. I kept saying the third. I don't know why. Cleaver Cleave the third.
So
I think that was accurate.
So he was the vice president.
31st Vice President to Herbert Hoover.
The Hoove.
Okay.
He
Probably
had the
should
C's
know
and the
that name.
H's.
Herbie Hoove.
Herbie Hoove and Cleaver Cleave.
Or sorry,
The dynamic duo.
Actress Kirstie Alley.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Yep.
Why the hell was she over
I know,
there?
she's looped in with the people back in...
Kirstie Alley, she's from Kansas, though, isn't she?
Is she?
Not a clue.
You know lots of people from Kansas and Missouri.
I can drop some knowledge on random shit. Let's see. I think she's from Wichita or something. Wichita, Kansas.
So she is. Maybe then she knew of it.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Now you know.
What movies
know.
was she in?
Oh, God.
She was in one movie where she played a tooth fairy, wasn't she?
Yes.
Was she in the one where
I don't remember
3
what it's
men and a
called.
baby? Look Who's Talking. That's the one I was thinking.
Oh, Look Who's Talking.
Yes.
Yes, with the talking babies.
And It Takes Two with
Good.
It
fantastic
Takes Two.
actresses.
There it is.
That's
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen.
That is a classic childhood movie.
That is a great movie.
That's how you know her.
Was she in a movie where she played a tooth fairy?
I think she was.
I feel like I have this imprinted in my memory.
Toothless.
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 Nailed it.
That is a weird name for a movie.
Next is professional boxer, the Boston Strong Boy, John L. Sullivan.
Obviously.
Yeah. Sam Rayburn, the 43rd Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, I knew that.
I knew of him only because in Dallas, there's a highway called the Sam Rayburn Tollway.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that. It was a lie.
Same. Harry Langdon, actor and comedian. Finally, the Tipsy Ghost podcast.
Oh my God.
Could I also
Infamous.
name one more that they said?
She
I took
was
notes.
trying to end it on the most famous.
Oh, sorry. The Ringley brothers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Did they bring their animals?
Yes, the elephants were there.
Okay.
Isn't it Ringling?
What did you say?
Ringley.
Ringling?
Uh,
Are we having a Mandela effect moment?
are Googling many things tonight.
That was the Ringling brothers.
I thought it was Ringling also, but
It is Ringling. Maybe I just either autocorrected or I just can't type.
Maybe they said Ringling.
Maybe.
If they did,
The
I don't know who the
people who-
Ringling brothers
The
are.
people who do the circus. You know what I meant.
it's a different group of brothers called the Ringley brothers.
They're the discount circus.
Okay, yeah, in the
They
Tipsy
only
Ghost
have-
podcast.
They have one dog. That's what they have.
And a possum.
Yes. A street cat.
in a skulk.
Yes. They would have to have
Rounded them
at
up.
least 3.
Yeah.
At least 3 foxes in a skulk.
They're the Midwest circus.
Yes.
They sound like a blast.
I'm sure they are a blast.
I'd go see them.
The Ringley brothers.
Shut up.
I know I'm laughing at our
There's Ringley something, isn't there?
that was not meant as a poke at you. Poke at you.
I'm an idiot, okay?
It was meant as I was laughing at our new group that we've invented.
We've invented many.
The Ringley brothers.
No, all I can find for... No. I'm just dumb. Apparently, I honestly thought it was like WRINGLEY my entire life. I've never Googled it. And now I see that.
I haven't
was
either, but it's okay.
An idiot. So. I can't believe that. God, I'm so stupid.
No, I bet in whatever dimension you were in when you were little, it was Ringley.
Listen, you don't have to, patronize me and tell me this was a Mandela effect.
It was. Lindsay's personal Mandela effect.
Lindsay, never knowing how to spell things.
It's just fascinating to me because you read so much. And I just wonder what you're reading in your head. Like how many wrong words you read in your head.
That's like, I've shown you guys the meme. Like, I mispronounce things all the time because when I read it, I sound it out differently in my head and I never say it out loud.
Appliques?
Yes. That's how I read it in my head. And if there's a very difficult word, like, to read...
You just
skip
like
over it?
stutter over it.
No, I skip it.
If it makes you feel better, a friend at work called it Tupperware instead
Oh,
of
God, Mike calls it Tupperware.
Tupperware. When I corrected
I knew
him,
it
I
was
was like, no, I know you did, but I'm just trying to help you feel better.
Okay, thank you.
And when I said it's Tupperware, his mind was blown. He did not believe me. We had to Google it. It's okay, Linz.
Tupperware.
You're not alone.
I'm not talking the rest of this podcast.
Yes, you are. All right, proceed.
All right, back to the hotel. There are 3 levels to the hotel. There's the main floor, which has the entry. It's where you check in. There's a sitting area, a kitchen, and dining area that was pretty stinking cute.
Yes, it was.
And some guest rooms. Upstairs are more guest rooms. And downstairs is the basement.
That is correct.
We love a good basement.
We do love a good basement. We can get to what the basement looked like later on when we discuss the basement. The haunted history starts with Josephine herself.
Ooh,
Josie.
Joey.
Her spirit is said to still wander the hotel. Ooh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
They say the most haunted room is the Buffalo Room on the 2nd floor, where there have been images captured on camera of not a human, and a bell that hangs in the closet rings on its own. Another unnerving room is the Carrie Nation room, where a woman is said to have hung herself in the bathroom. Guests and investigators have reported coming out of the room clutching their necks and having a hard time breathing.
That sounds horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the saddest room, too. Or the most tragic backstory to that room.
Definitely. A grouchy old man is said to stay in the John Wayne room. I don't know if he stayed there. He wasn't on my list.
Okay.
I feel like he would make a list of popular people.
He probably would.
Yeah.
But there are said to be spirits on every floor. There are mirrors in the stairway to the second floor where shadows have been captured on camera.
Okay, I feel like that's an understatement. There's like 20 mirrors on that wall.
Yes.
Opposite of the stairwell,
Yes. There are a lot of them.
It's a wall of mirrors.
Which
It
I told
is.
them that's how the Stanley Hotel is.
Oh, yeah.
The stairwell, they have all these mirrors just above the stairwell. And they say that that's how portals happen.
I was going to say, that's how ghosts can go from dimensions to dimensions. The owners have experienced their beds moving in the middle of the night. They report shadows, strange sounds, laughter, and footsteps, and the spirits of children have been reported in the basement. Again, we'll get to the basement later. The owners found old dolls down there and keep them out as peace offerings.
Nope.
Can confirm there are old dolls.
Yes.
Hotel Josephine is becoming more popular among the paranormal community, both from word of mouth and from television. The PBS show Plain Spirits featured the hotel on a recent episode, and they offer a variety of activities during the month of October, which I think sound very fun. They include a spooky wine pairing event,
Ooh.
a Halloween-themed cooking class, haunted, we're going to get to the best part here, haunted houses in the basement, ghost hunts every Friday and Saturday,
Yep.
Okay.
and a witch's tea party.
Don't mind if I do.
She's going to show up with like her witch's hat on and a broom and go, "Where's the tea party?"
What's the tea?
I'm here for the tea.
I heard you were calling me.
I felt a presence
I felt
here.
drawn here.
This party is in my honor. Thank you.
So this was a public ghost hunt. I don't know if we mentioned that, with 8 groups. There was quite a few people with us. We split up into groups, and then we also got to stay the night in Cleaver Cleave's room.
Also known as Charles Curtis.
Yes.
So close.
Yeah, we didn't. You didn't have to stay. I'd say most. It was like half and half probably who stayed overnight and who didn't.
So the second floor, like Boyson said, is all rooms, which is probably where we spent the bulk amount of our time. And I got the audio of everything with the groups and the people.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with the Buffalo room. Of this room, which Boyson, you said this was the most haunted room.
That's what they say, yes.
Yes, that's what they say. So they had a closet, and set up in the closet was like a laser grid, because they said the night before they had been ghost hunting and there had been an apparition that walked in front, was like pacing in the closet, and you could see it on the laser grid.
Yes.
So we were up there. The cat ball did go off in the closet at one point while we were all talking to the spirit, we were doing EVP sessions. We were laughing hysterically because everybody else kept saying, "Come out of the closet. It's fun outside of the closet."
Like just over and over. It was a lot.
We'd love it if you would come out of the closet. It was just like, you could tell they were putting a pun on it.
And you fell for it.
And we did. I tried not to, but we did. There was a lot of beginner investigators, like people who had never been investigating before on this.
Yes.
Beginstigators.
Oh my God.
Beginstigators. Aw. So they were asking lots of questions just about how devices work and how, you communicate with the ghosts. Totally fine. But at one point, one of them said, when you have someone who's an unbeliever, because they had an unbeliever in their group.
An unbeliever.
Lindsey, you are unbelievable.
That's not the word I would have chosen, but that's
why did
makes
I write
sense.
that down?
They probably
did say it.
Yeah.
They probably did say an unbeliever, because I quoted it.
Yeah.
Well, she said, "Do they tell the ghosts to stay away?"
Okay.
And I said to Sarah at this point, because Sarah was next to me, and I said, "I'm so glad you guys don't throw me under the bus."
Yes.
Because they were literally like, "She doesn't believe." Blah,
the whole
blah.
time. Yeah.
And then, like, 20 minutes later, you guys threw me under the bus.
It wasn't that
I have
bad.
that audio.
I have that one too. I got everyone's.
We talked about it in the basement too, so I just went there.
Okay. Apparently I couldn't let it go.
No, you couldn't.
No, you cannot.
At one point, I caught something faint. And so this was kind of cool because this is my recorder that I had. And I also listened to Boydson's recorder of the exact same scene. So on my recorder, I caught something kind of faint. Boydson's across the room from me. When I listened to it on Boydston's, I hear something again, and it's right before I say, "What's your name?" I can't make out what it is, but it's someone whispering. What's your name? Okay, so at one point, I thought I heard "wow" on EVP. On Boydston's, they're asking the question, were you sick when you were here? Because she mentioned that they had tuberculosis patients who used to stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
And it sounds, when I'm listening to Boydston's, it sounds like it's the guys next to her talking because they were whispering the entire time. And I think it's one of them saying like, "wow" or something. Boydston said, "Lindsey got yeeted out of the orange group."
That does not sound like... That sounds like something Sarah would say.
That does sound like something I would say.
Maybe it was Sarah, I just quoted, but it was on your recorder, and it was when I was not with you guys. All right, so we also went to Carrie Nation. So this is the room, like you said, where in the bathroom a woman hung herself. And the people who were staying in this room, one of them said that when she walked in, when they first walked in to check in, she felt like she couldn't breathe. Do you guys remember that? She said she felt like there was a pressure on her throat.
I don't remember that, but I believe you.
Okay. And this is when we are kind of sitting, and as soon as we walk into Carrie Nation, we had like the door open, and one of the investigators who was leading this had an SLS, and he saw an anomaly right outside the door, like in the hallway.
Yeah.
And it kind of hovered there for a minute, too, before it just disappeared. So that was right when we got to Carrie Nation. We had the laser grid set up as well in this room, and at one point it got brighter when we started talking to, or we were talking about the girl who was having the throat pain earlier in the night, and the lights were all getting brighter. One of the leaders had her recorder and was doing an EVP session, then she went to play it back so we could all listen to it to see if we caught anything, and it skipped all of our names. Like, we all introduced ourselves.
Yep.
And it skipped, like, 6 or 7 of our names.
Yeah.
So that was kind of unusual.
And the thing is, there are voice-activated recorders where if it doesn't hear you loud enough, it will skip you. That was not one of those.
Right.
So it's an audio anomaly where you should hear it, but somehow the audio is just gone.
Yeah, I think it was all 3 of our names and like a few others that got skipped too.
Yeah. I said, let the record show that Sarah is bullying me.
Because I said you got yeeted out of the group?
No, this is at a different point.
What did I say?
I don't remember what it was about, but Boydston could not tell time. We had that discussion.
I do remember that. We taught her how to read a clock.
I know how to read a clock. I just didn't understand how you guys do it so quickly.
Oh, okay.
I have to do it in steps, and apparently that is ridiculous.
She was talking about because on our watches, on our Apple watches, like it has like a normal clock.
Time. It just has a clock.
And she has a printout of the time and was
It's called digital.
Digital.
Thank you.
And was fascinated that we could tell the time. And so we told her whatever time it was, and we're like, "This is how you know." Literally, like 5 minutes later in the recording, you ask what time it is again, and we're like, "We just told you the time."
You were trying to look at a clock, but the clock was broken too, so it was just a mess. Everything was there, but. You know, there was some growth there, I feel like.
There was. I have another recording that's up on the second floor, and I got nothing because there was too much talking. We did go back to the Buffalo room, just the 3 of us. So at the end of the night, we kind of got to choose where we went. So we went to the Buffalo room, which is the room, you know, with the closet. At one point, I hear an EVP going, and Sarah, you called it out and you heard it.
I don't remember doing that, but
did.
Go me.
And about 10, 15 seconds after that, the cat ball went off.
It's my eagle ears.
They are attuned to the spirits.
Do eagles have ears? Is the real question.
I'm sure they do.
They do. I think they're holes, but they do
it's
have
my
ears.
eagle holes.
Yes.
That doesn't sound right.
Please don't ever call it an eagle hole.
God, just picturing their ears as
It's
holes.
my holes that can hear the ghosts. During this, you know, I said there was another recording where I got nothing too much was talking. That was my recorder, and I was in the hallway with a bunch of people. Meanwhile, these 2 were in a room without me.
You were going down the hall talking to that one girl about being yeeted out of the group and being called out.
Yes.
And you had taken off down the hall, and then Boyson kind of wandered off, and I just joined her back into the, yeah.
And then
that's how that happened.
One of you said, "Is that Lindsey being obnoxious down there?"
Explain to them why, because there was a situation that happened right before that.
Right after that, she's going to get yelled at for being in the way again. So what happened was I had a piece of equipment and I was trying to use it. And I got in front of everybody and they all were like, "This girl's in the way. She's get out of the way. I can't see it." I was like, "Excuse you." So that's what you're talking about, me being yeeted out of the group.
Okay, I have been obnoxious on so many investigations. I
don't even want to hear. I wasn't trying to be obnoxious. I was just trying to do my own thing.
I feel that. I understand. And you were being obnoxious.
During this time, though, I did catch a moan, and Sarah heard it and called it out.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I'm getting so impressed with you lately.
Just now.
This is also
it's
where
taken 2 years.
It's taken 2 years. But
Here we go.
And then I joined you guys, and we discussed that we all make up one person, but we said we are a third, and together we are three. And then last thing that I have...
It's our new team slogan.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We are a third, and now we are three.
Together we are three.
We did do... I forgot this. While we were in Carrie Nation, you guys sat in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And
yes,
this was when we went by ourselves, and we're doing some Phasma box. And Boydson, you could not make, like, anything out. Do you remember that?
Nope.
Like, you could hear all the static, but there was, like, nothing coming through, like, where the headphones weren't working right or something. You did hear a baby crying on the Phasma box.
Was it Phasma box you were doing, or Spirit box on the...
Oh, it was Spirit box.
Yeah, I think that may have been why.
Yeah.
It was harder to hear.
So right before we went up to this room, I will say that we had kind of like ended the night, and they're like, "You can go private explore, blah, blah, blah." So we went up to Carrie Nation, and they were doing the Estes method as a demonstration downstairs, and they said that there was a deep male voice that was asking women to come up to Carrie Nation and to go up to that room.
Okay.
So we went up to that room.
Yeah.
Happy to oblige.
Yes. And you guys were sitting in the bathroom, and you caught a deep voice saying, "I'm back," and then go.
That was on the Spirit box. Okay.
Uh-huh. And Boydson said that her ribs were hurting. And you also mentioned that you were feeling some pressure on your throat in the bathroom.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We went to another room, but I don't know where we were because we didn't say it for the recorder, but we were upstairs and we were doing the Phasma box, and we just caught a couple things. One was someone yelling "justice."
Oh my.
And then the last thing that I have was the first floor hallway, like near the end of the hallway. We went there first, and we did the circle of trust with our group where they asked the favorite color. And so the leaders have like a recorder, and then they played it back for us to all listen to. And when they played it back, they all heard pink.
Mm-hmm. They did.
I didn't catch anything on my recorder. You didn't catch anything on yours. At one point, I hear, it sounds like a stomach growl, but none of us called it out. But we were in with a lot of people, so maybe they didn't call it out. So I said demon, probably stomach growl. They did the circle of trust the second time and asked the favorite color again. And again, they say they heard pink, but again, I got nothing.
Yeah.
EMF went off in the hallway during this. You guys heard, and you guys were by the door. I was on the other side of the room, but you guys said that you heard noises out in the hallway. But then we later found out it was the REM pod again, but it was actually dying. So the battery was dying, which they said they had just put a new one in. A couple other times, they say that they hear stuff coming in on the recorder, but I don't catch anything on ours. That is what I have on the second floor.
The first and the second floor.
The first and the second, yeah. We only went that one spot on the first floor.
Well, didn't we go somewhere by ourselves?
We did briefly.
Yeah, but we didn't stay very long.
That's true.
Okay, down to the basement. So with this basement, you go down some steps and into this big room that has a wooden catwalk. And in the corner, there's it's like a blow-up mattress on the floor. And then like a beat-up old couch.
Found out it was a blow-up. I thought it was a regular one. I sat on it and I hit the floor.
Off to the side of one of those rooms is what we lovingly call the doll room, because it's a room with red carpet and a bunch of chairs in a circle with dolls placed in them.
Mhm.
And like a candle or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It looked like
Ambiance.
dolls having a seance.
It did.
Honestly.
Yes.
And then off to the back was a concrete room, like storage area.
Yeah.
There was a large spider and a large witch, like maybe Halloween
Mhm.
decorations.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's the layout. We did.
It's like dirt floors, right? Were they like? Oh.
It was unfinished.
They might have been dirty. I don't know if
Maybe.
they were dirty.
Yeah.
They were dirty floors.
Wasn't there dirty floors?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Thank
just
you.
odd. Just the setup of a big room
Yes.
with a blow-up mattress and like mom's old couch.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
couch.
Not gonna lie.
It felt kind of weird.
It looked like the scene out of a horror movie
Hmm
where somebody would be like tortured in that corner.
Yeah. Or like casting couch vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little creepy over
A little
there.
creepy. So we initially went down there as a group. And during the group investigation part, I held the hand of one of the creepy dolls because somebody told me to.
You did. I remember now.
Yeah, I forgot.
The guy asked somebody to go sit over there. I was like, okay, I'll go sit by her. And then one of you two was like, hold her hand. And so I just stuck my finger out and put it in her little tiny hand.
Well, the the beginning investigators, the new
Beginstigators.
there it is. They were all like, he asked somebody to go like sit by the doll or like to pick up the doll.
Yeah.
They were like, no.
Right.
And Boyd's is like, I'll do it.
No problem, sir.
We see creepy dolls all the time.
Yes, we do.
But it made me feel really good. Everybody was very impressed.
Yes, they were. They thought you were so brave.
You were very brave.
Lindsay, you said, wow, you're such a good haunted doll mom. And Sarah said, I'm going to get you a haunted doll for your birthday.
I forgot.
Oh,
Damn
why
it.
didn't we?
Next year.
Okay.
This is when Lindsay says that she's a non-believer as we were talking to everybody.
gosh.
And then she backtracks and calls herself a skeptic, not a non-believer.
See, so it wasn't us throwing. You threw yourself
she
under the
did
bus.
throw herself under
Okay.
the bus. And lots of questions came from the Beginstigators about
Yes.
non-believers.
Uh-huh.
I forgot that part. They swarmed me.
They did. They're like, oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
What? You guys, because we had mentioned early on in the night that like we go to a lot of places
Yes.
Mhm.
and that, you know,
The guides asked us where we went, and Lindsay listed off
He
almost
quizzed
every
us.
place.
well, no, I listed one place because I thought like he just wanted to know one place. And he's like, okay, and? So I listed another one. He goes, and? And I was like, oh, are we doing this? Okay, let's name them all, sir.
So we were in this big group,
Yeah.
and Lindsay just naming everything, and Sarah and I are like, yep, we did that. We
Yep.
did that, while
Yep.
everybody's just staring at us.
We're just the two quietly in the background like, that's not normally the case, Linz. Good job.
Thank you.
You're not
I
normally the
felt
one-
put on the spot.
We did some group investigating. There was it's like an ovulus that just spit out words, and it said hell and disturb and no, and Sarah sing-song goes, hell no. In the doll room, the K2 went off, and then it started flickering. It was the one that was sitting on one of the dolls. There was a cat ball that went off.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few times where I heard like faint talking during the group investigation, but it almost sounds like somebody in another room talking, or maybe
Mhm.
upstairs. So I wasn't going to commit to
Yeah.
that being an EVP.
Yeah.
This is towards the end of the group part. We're still in the doll room. So there's lots of groups wandering. This is like free roam time. Lots of groups wandering around and talking. But we were in the doll room. Occasionally somebody would pop in with us. But the flashlight came on and there was lots of prompting to get it to turn off. And then Lindsay started singing all the way. And it turned off.
I'm so sorry.
That's what did it. It needed
did-
a little
so-
push.
Yes. In another room, the music box goes off. And then at the same time, you hear somebody say that they felt cobwebs. And then the flashlight came back on, and we were trying to get it to go off again. And I was like, if you don't turn it off, she's going to start singing. And then it turned off.
I remember that. You threatened it.
So then we're on our own. Sarah does the Phasma box. And during that, Sarah and I both see a shadow in the doorway. People are starting to leave by this time, and we're like, oh, the basement's all yours. It's too scary. And Sarah says that she heard a deep laugh right at the same time that they said it was too scary. A few of the things you heard on the Phasma box, you heard somebody singing. You heard a male voice say, hi, Lindsay.
I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
You heard devil worship behind you. Don't
Ugh.
turn around.
No.
I
more
remember seeing all those.
evil laughing. Whenever you said behind you and don't turn around, I was trying to take pictures, and then you said, don't stop, he's coming.
Creepy.
Ugh.
Lindsay at some point asked if we should move over to the bed, and I said, I'll go to bed with you.
Thank you.
And then we laugh about it, and Lindsay says, Boydston's trying to get me to bed her. And then Sarah says, ooh, that was a really creepy laugh. So that was entertaining to them.
They like us.
I like your joke.
You also heard a baby crying on the Phasma box.
Ew.
Which, oof.
Don't like that.
But you also heard train noises and like train putting on their brakes.
We love trains.
That's exactly what you said.
It's like I was there.
Can't confirm. But it's so funny, guys. I don't remember saying any of that. I mean, I wasn't like in a trance or anything. I just don't recall.
It says Lindsay again. It talks in German, and Sarah's like, oh, I'm hearing German. This is strange. We ask, what is one of our names? And Sarah says, what's your name? And so Lindsay goes, it's Sarah, Sarah, and Lindsay. And Sarah hears both Sarahs, spoiled brats, idiots.
Oh, God. What?
Yeah, they did not like Sarah and I.
Oh, my gosh.
Rude spirits.
Yes. And then so later, this is like towards the end of our night.
Uh-huh.
We're by ourselves down there. We moved over to the couch.
Yes.
Sarah and I were sitting on the couch. Lindsay was on the catwalk doing the
Behind
Phasma
you.
box.
Yeah.
And Lindsay, some of the things you heard is somebody had come down and then went back up, and you said, I thought you were staying. And then a cat ball went off, and you heard go away. You heard the name Emily. You heard please come here. We call out a clicking or a rattle noise, but I don't hear it on the recorder. And then Lindsay sees something on the stairs. She's not facing the stairs. She's facing the wall, which has the shadow of the stairs.
The stairs are like to my right.
Yes.
And so there's like a light on in the stairs. Everywhere
Mhm.
else is dark, so you don't fall down the stairs. And so I could see like on the wall I was facing, like
Shadow.
I could see the light from the stairwell. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be a shadow coming down.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think you thought somebody was actually coming
I thought
down.
somebody was coming down
Yeah.
because I saw the movement out of the corner of my eye, and then I looked at the shadow, or I looked at the light and like saw like a little shadow like pass by. So it looked like someone was like coming up or down the stairs, but I didn't hear anything.
you did. So
Obviously,
you
because I had
stopped.
the Phasma box.
You stopped
Yeah.
and you asked us, like, is somebody else down here? And we're like, no, nobody's been down here. It's just us. And then you could not let it go. So Sarah went up the stairs and down the stairs trying to replicate for you.
She did. I remember this.
And we
I
could
was out of
not.
breath.
Sorry.
We could not debunk it.
We could
So
not.
Could have just been somebody who stood at the top of the stairs to see if anyone was
But I
down
did
there.
that. I
But
did
no,
that.
like maybe they didn't come down. Maybe they stood at the top of the stairs and I saw like them cross the light and they
Pretty
didn't
sure
come
I
down.
went all the way to the top of the stairs.
this is when I say into the recorder, Lindsay saw a shadow but refuses to acknowledge it.
That sounds right.
Mhm.
Accurate.
You say Boydston.
Oh, back on the Phasma box?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sarah and I were asking the spirits to touch the green light for the REM pod. And Lindsay says, do it. Where is it? And then we started talking, Sarah and I started talking about the bride, little ghoulish lady that
Witchy
was
thing.
in the witch thing
Yeah.
that was in the next room. And Lindsay says, it's a girl. But I thought she said, it's a turtle. And so Sarah and I start laughing at it. And then Lindsay goes, you're laughing.
They are not fans of you guys.
No. Well, no. So then we start talking
Gets
about
worse, I'm afraid.
we start talking about the breakfast buffet. I was really excited about it.
Oh, yeah. We get breakfast in the morning.
Yeah.
And Lindsay says, enjoy it. And then here's where the deep male voice comes in. And all of the rest of this is deep male voice. It says, go, bitch. I hate you. Stop. And then Sarah and I are like, well, we're done. Thanks for having us.
I think we should go now.
I remember after I heard that last one, the stop, I kind of pulled the headphones out and I said, do you guys want to go? And you were both like, yeah, we're leaving.
We were already packing up.
Yep, I think it was
I was
very
like,
clear.
It's not being nice to us.
It was fine to you. It's because you were singing gentle
Yes.
Apparently.
songs.
Your angelic voices what won them over.
We did not like the Sarahs, that's for sure.
I do want to add, we were the last group to go down in the basement, and the other previous groups said they had all had like crazy, REM pod experiences and stuff, EVPs and things that we didn't get during the group.
I feel like basements always set you up for like a different feel, just because, I mean, like you mentioned, it has a dirty floor, kind of like a cellar type of feel. Yeah, it's a little musty in the cellar, as it would be for 120. How long did we say? 21. Okay,
Let's not do the math
21-year-old. I just can't remember. Hotel, so it makes sense for why it would be like that, but it definitely like sets up the situation, like how you would feel down there. So it's kind of perfect for investigating, to be honest. That little doll room is pretty creepy.
It's very creepy.
Yeah. So fun fact, my stepson lives in Holton. One of his good friends used to work there. And so, of course, I had to ask if they had any experiences themselves. And they felt experiences or felt presences in the basement also, especially in the doll room. Mostly just felt like a creepy feeling and maybe saw some things here and there. But,
interesting.
Yeah. I did have audio from overnight. I really only got one thing on it. So it was a lot of white noise, which was fine. I think we slept. This also was on daylight savings night. So we really didn't get to bed till about 4, and we were up at around 7, 8, something like that.
Got up at 7. Went to bed. It was going to be 3, and then all of a sudden, it was 4.
Just like that. The clocks moved, and there we were. So I caught maybe one interesting thing on there that I wrote down as a possible. I wrote it down as a ringing, maybe a phone ringing, but I had them listen to it already. And it sounds, when I listen to it back, it sounds more like a REM pod. Maybe it's really just a second or two going off and about halfway through the audio. That's really about it. And I was telling them too, like, I could hear people walking up and down the hallways. So I would have known if like somebody was walking up and it was their phone ringing, but it definitely doesn't really sound like a phone ringing. It sounds more like a piece of equipment, or maybe it was Joey coming down with her bell, ringing her bell down the hall.
I thought you meant like a baby kangaroo, like a Joey.
Yes, that Joey.
Hop, like, there was a kangaroo there?
In Holton,
Baby
Kansas.
Yes.
She was there with the circus.
The Ringling Brothers.
The Ringling Brothers.
After listening to it, I agree. It's not a phone, because my first thought was, who answers their phone that quickly? Like, it's really like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was very, very quick. And it sounded kind of not, I mean, obviously not right in our room.
Right.
You could hear it out maybe in the hallway or even in the next room over. So who knows? Somebody may have had equipment set up in their room across the hall.
And
but
it went off. Yeah,
I didn't hear them the entire night. So I definitely heard us moving and turning in bed and, coughing, clearing our throats, whatever. There was a air that popped on every once in a while. So there was a series of clicks and movements and such, but I kind of just wrote it off to either us moving in bed or the heat that was it. Was it heat? It would have been heat.
It was cold.
Yeah, it was. So what did you guys think overnight? Did you have any trouble sleeping or have any experiences overnight?
No.
You did not?
I slept like a rock.
I slept like dog shit again.
Did you?
Yes. It wasn't as bad as Malvern.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. But I could not get comfortable. I was just like blazing hot all night long. I just couldn't get situated. I could hear myself turning in the bed. That was actually part of the reason why I was wanting to listen to the overnight one, because I didn't want to drive anybody else nuts with me just like moving in the bed all night. I'm sure it was you guys too, but I felt like it was me all night long. I don't think I slept more than 30 minutes, 45 minutes that whole night. I was like sweating the whole night.
Interesting.
It was hot.
I don't remember being very hot in the room, and I was the one sleeping right next to the heater.
Yeah.
We were in the bed together, but like I was facing the heater. I don't remember it being very hot in the room. I remember it being freezing outside.
It was
weekend.
very cold. Yeah, I didn't like feel uncomfortable. Well, I take that back. It was like a slightly uncomfortable feeling in the room. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is the most comfortable bed, it's the most comfortable place I've ever been to. So I don't know if it was like, I don't know if I freaked myself out. I don't know what was happening, but I definitely had like a level of discomfort, not horrible, but just noticeable, where I obviously could not sleep, could not get restful sleep. It's just interesting. But that's really about it. And then the next morning we woke up and went down and had delicious breakfast.
We did.
Like Winston mentioned, it was like the cutest little dining area.
They just made breakfast for you.
Yes.
It was sweet.
They were very sweet and accommodating. So thank you to the staff there.
Did we, I'm trying to remember, where was the last place we went? Was it the basement?
I think it was either that or that room on the first floor that we didn't spend very much
basement.
Yeah.
So do you think some of that might have been tied over from the basement?
It very well could have. I didn't really even think about that because I think Boydston was kind of feeling more of the negativity down there. So even though it called us both out, apparently, I was like, they don't mean me. They don't hate me. Come on. They did. They hate me.
You like me, right?
Can confirm they did not like me. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was something like that, but I didn't even really think about that.
Were you guys picking up bad vibes?
No. Honestly, only towards the end, like the last 10 minutes in the basement, I was like, ooh, this doesn't feel wonderful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything significant. Like I was fine sitting there. I didn't, want to just leave.
It's a combination of like sitting on the creepy couch, looking in this creepy opening with that witch through there. We had stuff set up in the doorway that was kind of going off. So it was like really just kind of all leading up to just a super creepy feeling. But that was about the only place that I got super creepy vibes. But I mean, it's definitely a cool building for sure.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Hotel Josephine. What is the rating from the Sarahs?
I don't know. Maybe a 4.
Okay.
I really enjoyed like the whole location. So I think that makes me put it as a little bit higher, maybe as a 6. I think that everything's right there to get good activity. It's just not happening a lot quite yet, or maybe when we weren't there.
Just to clarify, this is our haunted rating, not like, what do you think about Hotel Josephine? That's a 10.
Okay. All right. That's
our
fair.
haunted rating.
Okay. That's fair.
So take out the history and all that. Haunted.
On a haunted rating, yeah, I'd probably go 4.
Okay.
Yeah. From what we experienced.
Yes. Not to say, though, that there are people within the group that we weren't with that they had good experiences.
They had lots of experiences, yeah.
So it's just, it didn't happen for us, and that's fine. Maybe we'll just have to go
Sometimes
back.
that happens, yeah.
We'll stay in a different room.
We'll say goodbye to Cleaver Cleave.
Yes.
We've moved on.
We'll see if we can stay in the basement on the blow up.
Absolutely not.
Buffalo room. Their floors are dirty down there.
They are dirty.
And we can do the Buffalo room.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, I mean, we'll add, we say this every time we do a public investigation, that it's harder to gather evidence with people, especially when everyone's staying overnight. Like you said, there's a lot of other people's voices, coughs, stomach growls that you got to call out. And it's just harder.
But definitely a cool place. Would go back. Would recommend.
Yeah. Very, very cool place. All right, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in this week to our haunted investigation of Hotel Josephine in Holton, Kansas. You can always find us at thetipsyghost.com and find our socials linked from there. Make sure you check those out this week so we can post some pictures for you guys to see. And you can always send us an email at thetipsyghost@gmail.com.
Please give us a 5-star rating and a great review anywhere you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate it, and it really does help.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We will catch you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.